Welcome back, everyone. You're watching Press TV World News. A war monitoring group says heavy clashes have broken out between the Syrian government forces and the Daesh terrorist group in the western parts of the country. Syrian Observatory for Human Rights said that more than 50 people, including 20 government troops, and over 30 of the terrorists were killed during fierce fighting, as well as Russian airstrikes over Homs province. It added that fighting took place after the terrorists launched an assault on a number of government positions near the town of Al-Sukhna. Members of the Daesh terrorist group have retained a roving presence in western Syria despite losing their last stronghold last year. They're carrying out regular attacks against government forces. Joining us out of Belfast now is Mr. Syed, author and Middle East affairs expert. Hello, Mr. Shah. Always a pleasure to have you on Press TV and get your input. Your thoughts? The West is telling the world that Daesh terrorist group has been wiped out, and they're the ones that wiped them out. Yet we hear about these sporadic attacks both in Iraq and in Syria. Tell us what's going on.
See, some of Remnants of Daish units has returned, as you said, the presence around Homs province, and that despite losing their last stronghold last year. البادية province, which is the desert, Daesh in there finds an ideal caves and terrain to hide and to launch an underground terror campaign against the Syrian army. Since the Syrian Badia has remained for a long time under Daesh control, they built in there some bases and headquarters which were really equipped and fortified and camouflaged very well, and some of them is still till today in their hands. It is easy for Daesh to reach Homs province from Al-Badiya in the eastern desert of Syria. From there, the Daesh can launch all of their attacks, but it's evident as well from the Daesh increased volume of activities that they do maintain the channels communications with the other Daesh units across the Iraqi border. But let's keep in mind that number of Daesh units stayed in that area which is the east of Al-Badiya under the supervision of the American forces. And in an area such, they call it the 55 square kilometer zone within Al-Tanaf province, which is under control of the United States of America's forces. And there the Americans have protected such units and trained them, and the remnants of Daesh roamed that area. So the resurgence of Daesh attacks are nothing more than the American army attacking the Syrian points. Since Daesh, if we think of it, units are nothing more than Black Waters outfits. They target points of the Syrian army and the resistance in there, and they want to keep it to target number one, destabilizing Syria going. And they want to make sure the state got no access to any resources, oil, gas, or any kind of economical resources, so they can succeed in destabilizing Syria. And in the future, we're going to repeat the same scenario in Iraq.
Okay, my next question to you was how they stay getting reinforced with supplies and weaponry and food, but you obviously answered that question there. I want to thank you for joining us, Mr. Syed, joining us there from Belfast.